St. Lawrence and Dorch is one of Montreal's pivotal intersections, and yet its southeast corner has gone unbuilt for over 60 years, and we think we know who's to blame for its sorry state. The large lot, 40,000 square feet at the corner, once held many buildings, but they were razed around 1958 when the south side of Dorchester was demolished to widen the narrow street into becoming a major boulevard. The land at the corner vacant space served as a much-needed parking lot for decades, during an era when parking lots were much appreciated and owners could make a solid profit from their passive venture. But parking lots became the target of city officials around the year 2000 when city officials pressured owners to build on the lots. They raised taxes and encouraged them to make deals to get something built on their land. Since that parking lot closed, the land exists as a purposeless eyesore. In the early 1900s, the land was busy with structures that sat handily across from the old Montreal General Hospital across the street on its east side. The most prominent of the lost buildings was the Hotel de Italie, later renamed the Ron Carey, in honor of the family that owned it, and fended off various challenges, including Black Hand extortion attempts and an incident in 1930 when 24-year-old Prudencienne Daigneault was found strangled to death with a towel in a room. Police arrested the German Albert Zimmermann, but a court acquitted him after witnesses were grilled. After the Ron Carey was demolished, the corner also had another vacant lot that sat empty for decades after authorities demolished the old St. Lawrence Farmers Market at the northeast corner, leaving two of the four corners long-term vacant wastelands of despair. About 20 years ago, the Société Saint-Jean-Baptiste built a high-rise student dorm on that corner, however, leaving the southeast corner alone as a vacant lot. A branch of the City of Montreal, known as the Development Society, became owner of the property and sold it for about $6 million in a series of 3 transactions to the giant FTQ Labour Fund in 2005. The city stipulated that the new owner must build something there within 1 year or else resell it to the city for 10% less. A year passed and the city declined to exercise its option to repurchase the land, noting that it would cost them about $800,000 to do so. Passers-by would occasionally notice sporadic signs on the site promising a future development and note the occasional arrival of construction equipment, but none of the hype ever amounted to anything, and years passed without any progress. The FTQ sold the empty land to Tony Accurso in 2010. He has since become well known as a developer known for bribing officials, a habit that earned him a couple of fraud convictions. Accurso used the land as collateral for several major loans, and in 2014 he put it on sale for $14 million. The City of Montreal had reportedly been willing to allow a 39-meter building to be placed on the site. That equates to about 10 floors, but later downgraded that to 23 meters, which is about 6 or 7 floors. So whoever owned the property, be it the FTQ, Accurso, or somebody else who might purchase it, would consider the height limits too restrictive to be profitable. If city officials greenlighted a taller structure, we might have something there on the land today. Accurso, it should come as no surprise, no longer owns the land. The City of Montreal sued the embattled developer for $14 million, while Laval also sued him for $29 million. Accurso settled with Montreal for $3.8 million earlier in 2022. The FTQ fund once again owns the property as part of its $17 billion in assets. There's no likelihood of them building anything on the land. The City of Montreal would be wise to exempt the property from height limitations and allow them to build something much larger than the city wants, as it would increase their tax base and also provide much-needed homes in the downtown core. Some cynically suspect that the city doesn't want a tall building at the site because it would block the view of the mountain from the mayor's office.